about that?
It's showtime.
Welcome to the YATCast. This is the introduction to the YATCast, where I'll be going over some of the basic things like about who I am, what the YATCast is, and some ground rules for the chat that will be accompanying the episodes. Now, before I begin anything else, I do wear glasses, but there's glare, so I will be taking them off, so you won't be distracted by that. Okay, first, the ground rules. Be nice. There's no need for name-calling or ad hominem attacks. Don't denigrate anybody. Don't be mean. No whataboutisms, unless you're actually trying to learn something. In which case they can be useful. But if you're just throwing it out there to be distractive or to side rail the conversation, don't do it, please. Really, that's about it. So, what is the YATCast? What is... Yeah, about that. Over the course of many different years, going through social media and various offline, real-life friends, I have discovered that there's a lot of serious misinformation that people are taking for absolute granted truth, when that is not the case. What the YATCast is going to be doing is delving into these on a weekly basis to try and dispel some of the myths, correct some misperceptions, possibly to throw a different way of looking at things into the mix. It's about being open to possibilities and just trying to get down to whatever the underlying truth is. So, why am I doing it? Well, like I said, there's just so much going around. Politics seems to be the big topic these days, so I'll just kind of use that as an idea. There are people out there, for whatever reason, that throw out nonsense, bullcrap, just trying to stir things up. I've got some friends in social media, one who lives not too far from me. He has his own business. He's excellent at what he does. But we have some disagreements on things. We argue a bit. In the end, we're still friends. It can be done. And that's what one of the things I'm trying to do here with this. Okay, a little bit about me. Before I get into that, as far as the YATCast goes, I'm going to try to keep it as clear and concise and as brief as possible, because I know everybody's lives are busy. Most everybody's. There's some out there, I'm sure, that have a little more time on their hands than most of us. So, hopefully, I'll keep it to under half an hour. Some things are a little more complex, a little more involved. And this will probably be the only time you will actually see me face to face in any of the YATcasts. It's just not about me. It's about ideas and we as a people, meaning meaning me, meaning you, and meaning everybody on this earth, and including, the environment, etc., etc., etc. Which brings me to topics. The topics are going to be quite wide-ranging. It can be anything from history to politics to current events, to science to spirituality to the use of language. And that's one of my biggest peeves, is that I'm not saying people are stupid, but when they claim to know something and don't use the language correctly, it makes me begin to wonder who they really think they are, as opposed to who they really are, which is a different question. Okay, now a little bit about me. Childhood. Grew up in a little bit lower than middle class family. Both my parents were teachers. I went to the same school district they taught in. I had both of them as teachers. Yeah, I got ribbed a lot. So as teachers, I've got a sister. We had our summers basically free, and we did a lot of traveling. Mostly here through the United States. Although we did hit some of the Canadian provinces, like the Northwest Territories. We actually drove through the Yukon, some of British Columbia, Alberta, and most of the Maritime provinces. And so, as a young adult, I was in the military. I was in a program that only the top 1% of college-bound graduates were eligible for. And of those, only the top 1% of those actually graduated. I did require a secret clearance. I'm not going to tell you which branch it was, but I will tell you it was heavily involved in science, and I'm going to leave it at that. I will not answer any further questions because of the secret clearance. Let's see. Politically, just so you know where I'm at, I am a centrist. I don't mean a centrist as in what's being used today. Centrist, as it's used today, is being used to describe moderates, those between the two major political parties. They're not centrists. A centrist is somebody who is in the middle. Most of America is centrist. Some will lean a little further left, some will lean a little further right. And this is going to be one of the topics that I will go into in one of the later casts, but the Democratic Party has slid right of center. And in a future YATCast, I will explain that. Religion. I grew up Christian, or I at least attended Christian churches, and I attended church not regularly, but fairly often through grade school, middle school. At that time it was junior high school, through high school, and partway into the military. Until I went to a church near one of the training centers I attended, and they had the hubris to say that they were the only ones doing anything for anybody in the world. I know that to be wrong. For 20 years, I was a member of the Lions Club, which is a worldwide organization. Their primary push is the elimination of preventable blindness. And that extends into a lot of different areas, such as clean water, nutrition, healthy environment, and a whole lot of other things. And we've had, as a Lion, we've had a lot of success in doing that. So I don't consider myself a Christian anymore, especially after watching, listening, and looking at things like prosperity gospel. I won't go into those. I think everybody knows some of whose those are. And looking back on it, I think part of my disgust with Christianity were these war hawks. Oh, gotta go in and bomb in the name of God. No. That's not God. That's not Jesus. That's not Christianity. So, yeah, there's a little bit about me. Let's see, we're looking at 11 minutes here on this. So, I'll call it quits here, and then I'll record the first actual episode, which is going to be about the United States founding documents. All 4 of them. 4. Not 3. 4. So, alright. Until next time, like, share, subscribe. I'm doing this just because, although I do have a Patreon account set up. If you'd like to contribute, fine. If you don't, fine. So, alright. Until next time. Are you enjoying the YATCast? Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/YATCast. That's https://www.patreon.com/YATCast.